story that many in Thailand know, though few speak of it aloud. It is a tale of a land blessed by nature, a land of golden temples, lush forests, and crystal clear waters. But this is also a story of a land that is slowly being strangled by an unseen hand. A silent scream that rises from the depths of the polluted rivers, from the thick haze that hangs over the cities, and from the very earth that once thrived but now groans under the weight of human neglect. Thailand's pollution problem is a crisis, but it is also opening a new chapter of cooperation and opportunity, as China and Thailand have found a rhythm in the shared pursuit of sunlight, illuminating a path forward where innovation and tradition, technology and nature coexist. And it's happening in the most unlikely of places. It's been fittingly coined the Emerald Triangle. Its magnificent green landscapes spills over the borders of neighboring Laos and Cambodia. Tradition thrives here. Grandma rises before dawn to prepare food for saffron-robed monks. Farmers uphold rice farming practices and livestock roams the roads. In Ubon Ratchathani, the soul of this province keeps one foot in the past as the other steps firmly into the future.
Wow ใหญ่มาก
เรียกว่าเป็นโรงไฟฟ้าพลังงานแสงอาทิตย์แบบไฮบริดเนี่ยณขณะนี้ก็ถือว่าเป็นที่ใหญ่ที่สุดในโลกณขณะนี้อยู่นะครับ
From the water's edge, a piece of Thailand's renewable energy future is simmering in the distance, difficult to appreciate from afar. As we get closer, the vast array of over 144,000 floating solar panels, covering an area equivalent to 70 football fields, combines hydropower to generate 81 megawatts of electricity. Solar by day, hydropower by night. It's a project co-developed by China Energy Engineering Group.
ผลิตภัณฑ์หรือว่าอุปกรณ์ที่มาจากจีนนะครับก็ถือว่าเป็นส่วนใหญ่แล้วกันอย่างเรื่องของแผงโซล่าร์เซลล์เนี่ยก็ได้มาจากของ JA นะครับเรื่องของตัวอินเวอร์เตอร์นะครับมาจากซันโปรก็มาจากจีนนะครับก็ในส่วนของทั้งเรื่องของโน้ตฮาวแล้วก็โน้ตฮาวเรื่องของการระบบยืดโยงด้วยนะครับ
But this dance of sun and water is more than just a technological achievement. It's a glimpse into a future where harmony reigns between humanity and the earth.
It's really hard to convey to you just how impressive this really is. And it's not just the sheer size, because as you walk along these floating pathways, you really get a sense of this blend between cutting-edge technology and the calming presence of the water that surrounds you. And it's this beautiful display of harmonizing energy needs with the natural beauty of the environment.
At the heart of this project lies a simple yet profound idea. Why use land when there is water? It minimizes land use and its impact on ecosystems. The solar panels also reduce water evaporation from the reservoir, crucial in a region where water is vital for agriculture and daily life.
กับแนวโน้มการเติบโตของเมืองเองก็มีการพัฒนาเรื่องของการจะเพิ่มสัดส่วนของทั้งเรื่องของภาคอุตสาหกรรมเรื่องของการเพิ่มผลผลิตของเกษตรกรเมืองอุบลเนี่ยมีการเติบโตจังหวัดอุบลเนี่ยมีการเติบโตแล้วก็เพราะฉะนั้นพลังงานก็ต้องถูกให้มีการรองรับการใช้งานที่เพิ่มขึ้นด้วย
Because at the current pace of growth, electricity supply here is often unreliable. The villages in this province are remote. Many have limited access to electricity. Others faced with high electricity costs that are too much for the people here to bear. For Si Sangtam School, the story was no different, until one monk dared to dream differently. He imagined a school that could harness the power of nature, reduce its carbon footprint, and empower students with the knowledge that they could be part of the solution to the world's biggest challenges, where the sun's rays could become a source of enlightenment in more ways than one. And so, his journey began with Chinese-made solar panels, lots of them, perched on rooftops and scattered across the schoolyard.
จีนนำในเรื่องของเทคโนโลยีของโซล่ามากที่สุดและมีproduct มีผลิตภัณฑ์ของเขาเองมีวัตถุดิบของเขาเองด้วยแล้วก็นำเข้าได้ถูกมากดีที่สุดในโลกเลยดีที่สุดของโลกคุณภาพยังไงมันเลือกไปกว่านี้ไม่ได้ละมีแค่นี้แหละที่เลือกได้จากค่าไฟถ้าปิดระบบเนี่ยประมาณเดือนละ 20,000 เนี่ยถ้าเราเปิดระบบโซลาร์เซลล์ใช้เราจะเสียค่าไฟเพียงเดือนละ40 บาทไม่มีใครทำได้ขนาดนี้แล้วมันก็ประหยัดแบบเต็มๆอันนี้คือประหยัดแบบเห็นอันหนึ่งก็คือการมาเสริมรายได้มาสร้างรายได้ให้กับโรงเรียน
For students, sustainability is a lived experience. They know firsthand how renewable energy can change lives. They study solar power, monitor the school's energy production, and contribute to community sustainability projects.
เคยใช้อะไรแบบนี้ที่บ้านหรืออะไรแบบนี้ปะ
มีค่ะ
เอาที่บ้านมีด้วยเหรอ
ใช่ค่ะ
ใช้ทำอะไรเอ่ย
เป็นเอาไว้เปิดไฟตอนกลางคืนค่ะ เพราะว่าตอนกลางคืนเราก็จะปิดไฟแล้วก็เปิดเป็นโซลาร์เซลล์ไว้ค่ะ
He became known as the solar monk. Just like his teachings, this school, this community has become a unique blend of ancient wisdom and modern innovation, an extension of their belief in sufficiency and balance, a way to honor the earth while embracing the future.
เรื่องของสิ่งแวดล้อมเอาตั้งสิ่งแวดล้อมมาตั้งปุ๊บใช้พลังงานกับการเกษตรอันนี้สองอย่างการเกษตรมันเชื่อมโยงกับบุคคลกับวิถีชีวิตของชุมชนพลังงานทุกคนขาดไม่ได้ก็เลยเอามาตั้งเป็นตุ๊กตาในการพัฒนาในการขับเคลื่อนโรงเรียนนี่ก็เป็นแรงบันดาลใจเป็นแนวคิดอีกอันหนึ่ง
China and Thailand's collaboration in the solar sector is also a natural fit. China's advanced technology complements Thailand's growing demand for renewable energy. Thailand's solar power strategy combines large-scale projects with community initiatives. But there's still a long way to go. Thailand's energy grids continue to rely heavily on fossil fuel, making up approximately 70% of the country's power, while only 29% comes from renewable sources. And amid the general gloom of climate change, pollution, and a global energy crisis, Thailand's story is changing. And the plot of sustainability emerges not only as a distant ideal, but as a vivid, urgent reality. When your livelihood depends on farming, scenes like this are devastating. When your income is dependent on yields, one failed harvest can lead families into unsustainable levels of debt. When you work in agriculture in one of the most climate vulnerable countries in the world, you are faced with a cascade of risks every single year. The lush green rice paddies of Thailand, which for generations fed not only Thailand but the world, now face a slow unraveling. In the quiet mornings where the mist should dance above the fields, there's only the strained breath of an aging farmer, struggling against forces far beyond their control. Concerning in a country where agriculture employs 1/3 of its labor force, where the average age of a farmer is over 58 years old. For centuries, the farmers of Thailand have been the backbone of the nation. Their sweat and toil ensuring the world's rice bowls were never empty. Today, that same soil they nurtured is starting to betray them. Poverty tightens its grip with every failed harvest. Climate change turns skies from friend to foe, and an aging society leaves the next generation to wonder if farming even has a future.
For agricultural sector, right, I can say that it's very critical right now that we have to be concerned at the mid of this century. At the national level, the rice production will be dropped around 10 to 13%. The production of sugarcane will be dropped roughly around 40%. Durian also will be affected roughly around 15%. So I can say that in the future, right, the food security will be adversely affected. And also Thailand will be export less amount of food to the world market.
But today, something is different. From the skies came a soft hum, like a chorus of bees on the move with a mission. A mission to transform Thailand's age-old farming traditions. And it's coming from China. In recent years, Chinese technology has been quietly reshaping agriculture across Asia. Innovations in smart farming, drones, and artificial intelligence are changing the game. And it's optimizing every aspect of farming. Chanthaburi, Thailand's eastern province bordering Cambodia. Farming runs through the blood of the people here. This is Thailand's durian heartland, where the fruit's unmistakable aroma whiffs through its orchid fields and beyond. Thanks to a surge in demand from China, Thailand's durian industry is booming, transforming what was once a regional specialty into a global sensation. Almost all the durians cultivated in this province are now destined for China. But cultivating it isn't for the faint-hearted. The fruit is notoriously challenging to grow, requiring precious conditions and intensive labor. The rewards are high, but so are the risks. Wutichai, a third-generation durian farmer, knows this all too well. For years, he watched his father and grandfather toil in the orchard, battling insects, unpredictable weather, and the constant need for precise water management. Wutichai had a different vision. He saw potential where others saw tradition. He made a bold investment in a fleet of Chinese-made drones equipped with advanced imaging sensors and AI-powered software.
ต้องบอกได้ว่าจีนเนี่ยเป็นประเทศที่มีขีดความสามารถในการพัฒนาเร็วที่สุดแล้วทำให้ได้เครื่องมือใหม่ๆที่ราคาถูกลงแล้วก็มีฟังก์ชันเพิ่มมากขึ้นแล้วเรามีโอกาสที่จะลดต้นทุนในหลายมิติแล้วก็เพิ่มในเรื่องของคุณภาพ
Flying high over the durian trees that cover over 14 hectares, the drones perform a symphony of tasks that were once backbreaking and labor-intensive. They survey each tree, capturing data on soil moisture, leaf health, and potential pest infestations. If a tree is underwatered, the drones alert Wutichai. If one shows signs of disease, they flag it immediately, saving precious time.
เนี่ยพอไล่กล้องมาเนี่ยตัวความละเอียดสูงมันจะทำให้เห็นดีเทลท่อนนี้ครับเนี่ย
แสดงว่าเรารู้แบบนี้เราต้องทำอะไรต่อพี่
ก็เป็นงานเดียวกับแพทย์เลยจริงๆแล้วงานอันนี้หมอพืชสเตจเดียวกันเลยประเมินรูปแบบการระบาดระดับการระบาดแล้วก็มาจ่ายเลือกตัวยาตัวเครื่องวิธีการพ่นที่เหมาะสมเพราะเดิมก่อนหน้านี้คือระบาดเกือบ 100% ทั้งแปลงความเสียหายค่อนข้างสูงแต่ตอนนี้คอนโทรลเหลือที่ระดับ 5% แล้วแต่ก็ยังมีอยู่
For Wutichai, gone are the days of guessing and hoping. Now it's all about action and precision. No longer just surviving, but thriving in a world that has drastically changed. He's the new face of Thailand's agriculture. Young, tech-savvy, forward-thinking. One that's rewriting the old image of the rural farmer. One that sees drones not as gimmicks but as essential tools, allies in a larger battle to feed growing markets, while respecting the land.
คือต้องพัฒนาให้ปรับตัวให้ได้ไม่ง่ายเหมือนในอดีตและที่เมื่อก่อนแค่ปลูกรดน้ำใส่ปุ๋ยก็ได้ดอกได้ผลตามที่คาดหวังแต่ปัจจุบันเนี้ยผลผลิตเนี่ยก็ขึ้นอยู่กับสภาพอากาศทำให้เราลงทุนในเรื่องของการศึกษาวิจัยแล้วก็เทคโนโลยีเครื่องมือต่างๆเข้ามามากขึ้นทำให้เราเข้าใจถึงสถานการณ์ที่เปลี่ยนไปแล้วก็แนวทางที่ปรับตัวได้ชัดเจนขึ้นครับ
Yet despite promises of higher yields and greater efficiency, many of Thailand's 12 million farmers are hesitant, wary of abandoning traditional practices. They had always worked with their hands, trusting the feel of the soil between their fingers, the scent of rain in the wind. Technology felt distant, cold, worlds away from their fields. But after another year of lost crops and thinning profits, they have no choice but to listen. CGTN, Thailand's leading innovative agricultural company, and XAG, a Chinese smart agriculture technology firm, have teamed up to bring technology to the masses.
Yeah, the old days doesn't work anymore. We want to advancing and uplift the quality of the farmer in Thailand as well. We have to accept that this day, China is very advanced in technology, especially AI, and especially in agriculture. We kind of share the vision with SAG a lot. Like we can see the really digital era in the farmland, because like we can see like modern city, modern home, like digital home solution. We see this coming into the farmland as well.
The message is becoming clearer. The world is changing. They too will need to change. Through fear and uncertainty was the realization that these machines were not replacing them, but empowering them.
We want to help them to build a climate resilient ways of farming. For example, when they have the IoT sensors in the farmland, combining with the weather data, they can make quick decision of when to spray pesticides to prevent from the big pest happening. And also they can use the data to calculate the right timing for seeding as well as spreading the fertilizers. And this can really help them to reduce the waste and also prevent from the nature disasters.
For Thailand's farmers, their fields will remain as familiar as ever. But now they can see them with fresh eyes. Eyes that see beyond what's visible. Eyes that soar over their crops and show them the way forward. And as these technologies take root in Thailand's soil, there's a sense that a new era is dawning. It's one where the wisdom of the past blends with the innovation of the future. One where Thailand, with China's help, has begun to rewrite the story of the fields. Nestled along the Chao Phraya River, just across from the bustling heart of Bangkok, lies Bangkok 9, a neighborhood where time seems to move at a slower, gentler pace. Yet this community also faces real challenges as it ages, and sounds like this have become all too familiar. Across Thailand, communities feel the impact of an aging population. In small towns, urban neighborhoods alike, ambulance sirens signal the nation's shifting demographics. Thailand, once known for its youthful population, now has one of the fastest aging populations in Southeast Asia. More than 20% of the population is over 60, a number set to rise sharply in the coming decades. With this shift comes a growing strain on the country's emergency services and healthcare infrastructure.
I can say that right now we have many challenging aspects that we face, especially for the elderly society. That means we have a lot of the patients, the age more than 60, 70 or 80 or even 100. So the group of the population needs more healthcare system. And I can say in the future, the cost of the healthcare going to be inflated, especially maybe more than 2 or 3 times from now.
There's a delicate yet transformative shift reshaping the landscape of healthcare, and it's happening at lightning speed. Through a growing network of Chinese tech partnerships, Thailand's healthcare sector is moving into a new era of innovation, with 5G technology leading the way to faster, more accessible and smarter healthcare. While the country's 5G journey is still in its infancy, the impact on healthcare is so far undeniable, and it's bringing Thailand a step closer to the future of medicine. One pulse at a time.
สวัสดีครับศูนย์บริการการแพทย์ฉุกเฉินศิริราชครับ ค่ะสวัสดีค่ะคือต้องการความช่วยเหลือหน่อยอะค่ะพอดีคนไข้อาการไม่ค่อยดีเลยอะค่ะ
The majority of calls coming in these days are not for a single urgent accident anymore, but part of a growing trend. A trend where elderly residents are increasingly in need of emergency services for falls, respiratory issues, and chronic illnesses requiring frequent care. The calls are different. They're longer, more complex, and often require specialized care.
ครับผมเดี๋ยวจะส่งรถพยาบาลไปให้ความช่วยเหลือนะครับแล้วก็หลังจากนี้จะมีข้อความส่งไปที่ในโทรศัพท์นะรบกวนกดลิงก์นะครับจะเป็นการส่งตำแหน่งของผู้ป่วยให้กับรถพยาบาลนะครับ
Then it's all hands on deck, a literal race against time. Within minutes, the ambulance is well on its way. To many, it looks like a normal ambulance. But thanks to its powerful 5G connectivity, it's a mobile ER, bringing critical hospital services directly to patients in need. 8 minutes later, the ambulance arrives. The patient is unconscious. The team works quickly. With a known history of heart disease, they perform CPR and quickly carries the patient into the ambulance. On board, they transfer data on the patient by using wearables, sensors, streaming body camera videos back to the hospital in real time, allowing the hospital and doctors to get a better understanding of the patient before they arrive, significantly improving the chances of survival during the crucial golden hour. Decisions that might normally take precious minutes are reduced to seconds. It's not just fast, it's as close to having a doctor on scene as technology can get.
แล้วตั้งแต่ใช้ระบบอันนี้ค่ะคุณหมอมันสามารถลดเวลาเดินทางของเราได้มากน้อยเท่าไหร่คะ
ครับก็ถ้าเรื่องลดเวลาเดินทางเนี่ยก็จะลดจากตอนแรกนี่ก่อนใช้เฉลี่ยอยู่ที่ประมาณ14นาทีครับแต่ว่าพอหลังจากเอามาใช้แล้วเนี่ยเราลดเหลือแค่10นาทีซึ่ง4นาทีนี้อาจจะดูน้อยแต่ว่าสำหรับคนไข้ฉุกเฉินนอกโรงพยาบาลเนี่ยถือว่ามีผลกระทบที่ค่อนข้างมากสามารถช่วยให้คนไข้จากที่อาจจะเสียชีวิตนะครับอาจจะกลับมามีชีวิตได้อาจจะกลับมาถึงขั้นที่กลับมามีชีวิตหัวใจเต้นเองได้อีกครั้งเลย
It's all happening at Thailand's Sirirat Hospital, the oldest hospital and one of the most revered medical institutions in the country, with more than 136 years of history behind it. But do not be fooled by its facade. Within these walls, a technological revolution that will transform them into one of the most modern hospitals in Southeast Asia is well underway.
I think all the technology can help for the patient, to help our workforce, and for the administrative people. This is the first 5G smart hospital that's in the ASEAN. And we are so lucky because Huawei, help us too. Technology and the knowledge and also the people come at the first moment.
With a partnership with Huawei, a Chinese telecommunications giant, the hospital has taken the leap few could have imagined, harnessing the power of 5G to bring hyper-connected, data-driven, and AI-assisted medicine to Thai patients. The focus is on creating a connected ecosystem, linking every corner of the hospital and breaking physical boundaries that once hindered access to medical care. Healthcare is now just a video call away. The patient's information appears. Doctors can pull up a patient's history, perform remote diagnostics, and guide treatment with astounding speed. AI tracks its vast inventory, predicting usage patterns and managing stock levels.
สีรามียามากเราไพลอตโครงการที่50ตัวเนี่ยมันลดตัว holding cost ได้ประมาณ 50% เฉพาะ50ตัวนี้นะครับ
All this isn't just about a technological upgrade. It's about rewriting the story of Thai healthcare, adapting to the demands of healthcare in the new era of today's aging society.
Many things that we're going to change in the future. But again, I still believe in next 10 or 20 years, humanity still need to control by humanity. But the technology can help us to work smarter. We cannot deny this kind of technology.
In a world that has become increasingly interconnected, partnerships and collaborations take on new meaning, going beyond medicine and saving lives to pushing new frontiers on a mission to help save humanity. The Shilong 2, the mammoth vessel carves a path through the Arctic's endless white, through glaciers that have drifted for centuries. The first China-Thai cooperation mission to this untouched region, with the aim to study microplastics in the air, seawater, and sediments, and learn more about environmental changes that are taking place in today's Arctic region, and reveal how they can reshape the world's climate from the polar ice caps to the tropical island coasts. Sujari Butrikul, a marine biologist from Thailand, embarked on this mission to study the presence of microplastics, its connection to climate change, and the far-reaching implications for our world.
The most pristine environment is polar, right? Polar region. So even we are in Thailand, we are in the Southeast Asia, we may be one of the root of the cause of the microplastic accumulate or contaminated in the polar region. So that's why the opportunity like this that come to our country would be very important.
The relationship between microplastics and climate change is subtle but insidious, like two strangers on parallel paths that cross in ways we're only beginning to understand. In the oceans, microplastics drift through currents carried by the winds and tides. What scientists have discovered is that these plastics are more than just pollutants. They're tiny climate change agents. Microplastics trap heat, alter water temperatures, and interfere with the ocean's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide, one of our most powerful defenses against global warming. For the Thai team, understanding this process is critical. Thailand's coastal regions, from the fishing villages to the lush shores, are all especially vulnerable to climate change's wrath.
So the good way of working as a collaboration is that we can share equipment and knowledge, and then on the way we help each other to accomplish, help each other to get all the research done on the boat. Yeah. From the data that we get from working, we can have a kind of knowledge that can be educate people and then make them have awareness that the use of plastic maybe have the problem to the environment. Also, if we can set up a kind of criteria and then we can enforcement in terms of the law and regulation.
From Beijing to Bangkok, from polar caps to tropical coasts. It's a journey that marries two cultures, two climates, and two futures as researchers from China and Thailand work side by side to uncover secrets hidden deep in the ice. Where humanity's story of climate change is intricately woven together across distant geographies, where collaboration and shared knowledge becomes increasingly pivotal to write a more resilient future.